And one day after Whitney Houston wowed the crowd and brought down the White House singing to South African President Nelson Mandela, she has announced a South African tour. A series of performances are being planned, including one in Johannesburg on November 12th that will be televised live on HBO.
Tomorrow night.
Children joined together in song today as they welcomed Whitney Houston to South Africa.
I'll say whatever you want.
Our extra cameras followed Whitney as she hugged a couple of young admirers. Then, in a show of solidarity, Whitney picked up a shovel and planted a tree in the soil of this newly unified country.
When I was a girl growing up in America, Africa was a place on a map. Today, it is a place in my heart.
Houston will give 3 historical concerts, including one in the city of Johannesburg that will be televised on HBO November 12th.
I'd like to remind you all to come to the shows, because we're going to have a great time. And I thank you all for having me. Thank you so much.
Whitney is following in the footsteps of other high-profile artists like Paul Simon, who in 1992 showed support for the anti-apartheid movement by touring the country. Preparations are already underway for Whitney's Johannesburg show, where thousands of free South Africans will get a once-in-a-lifetime treat. Whitney says in 1988 she sang in honor of Nelson Mandela, prison inmate. Now she sings in honor of Nelson Mandela, elected president of a free South Africa.
Whitney Houston reaching out to the children of South Africa tonight with more than just for music. She has donated $500,000 to various South African charities dedicated to helping kids. Houston is on a concert tour around the nation, which she calls her spiritual home.
Whitney Houston is in South Africa for a 3-week tour of the nation that once barred black performers. The singer was met at the airport in Johannesburg by the daughter of President Nelson Mandela. Houston arrived ahead of the schedule so she could help promote children's charities. She's set to perform in 3 South African cities.
Yeah, Jesus, He loves me.
And Whitney Houston continues with her visit to South Africa as she prepares for her concert tour there. The Orlando Children's Home accepted Houston with great affection, something Winnie Mandela feels is necessary to the future of South Africa.
We must be able to interact with nations, and that is why it is absolutely crucial for us to receive people like Whitney.
It was a spectacular show. Whitney Houston belted out some of her top hits before thousands of fans in Durban, South Africa. Last night's historic concert is the first of 3 performances to benefit children's charities. HBO will televise Whitney's Johannesburg concert Saturday night.
An emotional week for Whitney Houston. She's in South Africa to perform live in front of a global audience. The concert to celebrate that nation's new freedoms. It's already bringing the singer to tears.
I'm here merely to clean, to polish her shoes.
Oh no! Houston's meeting with Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first black leader, is one of many emotional events this week.
Coming here and walking amongst my family, my friends, my people. All they want is a hug. All they want is a kiss. All they want is to touch you. And just know that they are part of someone in America.
The Saturday concert in Johannesburg is the biggest in the nation's history. 7,000 tickets sold out in 1 hour.
I only pray that I can get through every song without crying. That is my concern.
Houston's concert premieres this weekend on HBO with possible repeats later on.
Whitney celebrates a new era of freedom in South Africa with an historic live televised concert. 70,000 fans will jam into a Johannesburg stadium with a special evening of goodwill. Whitney, the concert for a new South Africa, airs tomorrow on HBO.
Emotional when Whitney Houston sang to 75,000 South Africans Saturday in a Johannesburg soccer stadium. The singer clutched a flag of her host nation during the concert for a new South Africa. Houston's mother, Sissy, joined her for one song. The concert, which Houston called a homecoming, was broadcast on HBO.
The Queen of Pop had her reign in what can be billed as the biggest concert in South Africa's history. Whitney Houston, who performed before a crowd of 70,000 as well as a host of HBO viewers, said it was the high point of her concert tour. Houston told the crowd that she thinks of South Africa as her spiritual home. The third and final leg of the concert tour, which benefits the South African children's charities, will be Cape Town this coming Saturday.
Houston's getting a pounding from the South African media. Reports blast the touring multi-Grammy winner, seen here with Nelson Mandela, with dodging questions at her press conference and refusing to visit a dying girl. It's not certain whether the reports are true, but Houston's flackers blame the smear job on the country's years of isolation because of apartheid.
The AIDS Foundation will be the beneficiary of an all-star tribute to Ella Fitzgerald, one of the world's most beloved jazz artists. This star-studded affair will be hosted by Quincy Jones with artists like Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, Dionne Warwick, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, and Stevie Wonder set to perform. The Minority AIDS Foundation helps those infected with the HIV virus with such needs as food, clothing, and housing.